Good Monday evening, everyone. I'm Fox 19 Now First Alert Meteorologist Brad Maushart with a mostly good forecast, dare I say. I know on a Monday, mostly good. We're seeing some sunshine back out. It started off pretty lousy, I'll give it to you. We started off with a lot of clouds outside. We started off with some rainfall. Not everybody saw that, but some areas did pick up over a half inch of rain, almost an inch of rain in a few spots today, but we are clearing back out. The scare ball is back out, and you will see it here momentarily when I switch the graphics over. There we go. You can see that sun beaming off the Ohio River. We got somebody out there on a pontoon boat enjoying the day. It's comfortable, mid-70s outside. And the next couple of days, we have another sunny stretch setting up here as we work way into the week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, even most of us into Friday, not going to be dealing with any bad weather. So enjoy that stretch out there. Looks like a good one ahead. 74 right now. Now with clear skies tonight, temperatures are going to drop off pretty quick. We're going to be sinking back down into the mid to upper 50s in a lot of spots out there with that north wind off of Lake Michigan. So be aware. You might want the jacket early tomorrow morning, just depending on your cold tolerance. 72 temperature right now. Over at the International Airport, it was 74 at Lunkin. A few stray sprinkles are trying to hold on there in our southeasternmost communities. Again, outside of that, I know you're still dealing with the gloom down there on portions of Brown, Adams, Highland County, Mason, Lewis counties, but the sun is coming, and we still have another almost 2 hours of sunlight here before that sun goes down over the horizon. So the longer days will make sure that you get some sunshine here before it's all said and done here on your Monday. Now, we're doing a lot better than some areas. Look off to the northeast. We dodged all this today. Some severe storms with that line pushing into Pennsylvania right now, western New York, upstate New York, seeing some storms out there, some flash flooding, and some severe thunderstorms. So we will take the rain and the drizzle we saw out there for the first half of the day if it means that we get to dodge some of that. So a nice night setting up, clearing line pushing in. Outside of maybe some wildfire smoke aloft tomorrow, maybe outside of some pesky fog out there early Thursday morning. No big issues outside for the week ahead. What is boring for me is great news for you. Temperatures outside tomorrow morning, mid-50s up to the northwest, 58 at Lunkin tomorrow morning, 59 at CVG. Again, depending on your cold tolerance, maybe jacket worthy tomorrow. If not, just enjoy the free AC out there before the temperatures start to climb. And if you have any yard work you're trying to get done earlier in the week, the better. Not just because of the rain chances, but by the end of the week, it's going to be pretty sultry out there for Friday. We're going to be warming back up into the mid-80s. It'll feel more like the 90s outside. So we're talking mid to upper 70s tomorrow, maybe 80 at best on Wednesday. 2 great days. The full moon this month is Wednesday, the 11th. I'm thankful that it is Wednesday the 11th and not Friday the 13th. It would be weird. It's going to be weird enough already on Friday the 13th. You know how it is around here. We'll take the full moon on the 11th to try to dodge some of those issues. It'll still look pretty full outside. It'll be a waning moon at that point, but it'll still be full enough. I'm sure we'll have some fun things going on Friday in the news world. That always happens. It's going to be a strawberry moon, not the color necessarily, but each of the full moons here has its own name as we work way through the year based on what was harvested or hunted that time of the year. And strawberries are in season. So it is the strawberry moon out there Wednesday. You'll get to see that just fine, rising, setting. Thursday, the clouds, it's going to be high, thin cloud cover pushing in through the afternoon. Again, not a bad day overall, just some filtered sunshine. Maybe a little bit of pesky fog in the river valleys Thursday morning as some of that warmer, moisture air pushes in. Again, other than that, no big deals. Friday, most of us will stay dry. And so we're looking at almost a 4-day stretch, 4.5 if you're counting what's going on behind my head there with some of the sunshine today. A nice dry stretch ahead, but Friday is when we could break that streak. Again, here into the day Friday with just a few spotty storms popping up across the area. Don't worry, I will check the Facebook comments here in a second to see what we got going on. And before anybody asks, because I know that will be one of the questions, I am here this evening, and I will be here for all the evenings this week. Steve has the week off, enjoying a vacation. And since I work one of the weird shifts in the middle, I get to go both ways, morning and evening. So I'm on evenings this week, just swinging around, whiplash. Steve will be back here next week, so don't worry. He hasn't retired yet. You did not miss him. You are stuck with me, so that's unfortunate. Yes, the Bad News Brad evening edition. Let's see what else we got here. I know it's early. Anything can change. You think in severe weather Saturday? Okay, we'll talk about this, Jen, about Saturday and Sunday plans. Right now, because that's where we're going right after I hit the space bar. Friday, spotty stuff. Saturday and Sunday, the rain chances are going to be higher. Our next storm system will be rolling in this weekend. However, much like the weekend we just got through before we had to deal with a case of the miserable Mondays. It's not going to be a washout. As you can see here, yes, we will have storms that are going to be out and about. Yes, they could be a nuisance at times where you don't want to be outside during that. Can't rule out for some sporting events, some delays or whatnot for your Father's Day weekend. But it's not going to be a washout. With that said, it is also not going to be 100% rain-free. So you cannot be promised that the outdoor plans with Dad are going to be great. Just be aware, that we could have some storms rolling through, but much like this past weekend, you should have plenty of time to get outside and enjoy some time out there too. Best chances for that, let me go ahead and stop this real quick. I'm going to roll through this just a little bit slower. Going to be Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, right around dinner time, so be cautious, especially with the dinner plans. It's still too early for specific timing and totals and whatnot when it comes to this rain threat and storm threat on Saturday and Sunday, but what I can tell you is that Sunday, we calm down a little bit into Sunday morning there. Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, the chances ramp up again. What I will say is that there will be ample fuel there both Saturday and Sunday to see a strong storm or two. It's not a high-end threat. It doesn't look like a high-end threat, but there will be a chance we could see a strong storm or two. It's just going to be spotty. Can't rule out some flooding. Some areas might get a little higher, rain total if we have a couple storms roll over the same area or whatnot. So, again, it's just too early for that. But what I can tell you, at least the chance is there. Is it going to be something you need to cancel plans over? No, not going to be one of those events. But there will be some storms out and about. This weekend, that rain chance then lingers Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Just kind of a messy stretch until we hit the latter half of this upcoming week. This is Wednesday. We're talking Wednesday the 18th. So a whole week past what we're going to see outside by this week. So long ways away, almost 10 days away, when that rain will start to push out again. In between, plenty of dry time. Remember, stay with me. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, this week, nice. Really nice outside tomorrow. If you have the yard work, take my word for it. Just try to get that done early in the week. I'm not a huge fan of the heat and humidity. I can deal with it. But it's going to get really humid by the end of the week. And with how wet it's been, you can tell the mosquitoes are probably going to be out there just waiting for you to walk out the door. So earlier the better this week while it's still a little chill outside. We're going to weigh through just this weekend and early next week when those rain chances ramp up. Some areas could pick up over an inch of rain. Just much like this past system, it's going to be kind of feast or famine. Some areas will see a bunch. Some areas might not see a lot at all. Officially at the airport yesterday, CVG, we picked up 0.16 of an inch of rain. And I think overall for the first couple of days here, the last 4 days I think it's 0.75 of an inch. It's not a ton, but we're at least on the board. For the month. We have a lot more chances to go. Again, not only are temperatures going to be rising by the end of the week, but here comes the humidity. Tuesday, again, great day. Wednesday, still not bad. It's a little muggy outside, but you can deal with it. 80 degrees high temperature, just a little touch of humidity in the air. But the end of the week, that muggy meter, it knows only one direction, and it's going up. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, very humid, almost tropical levels by this weekend. It's going to be soupy. It'll be the air you can wear. And it is that time of the year where we have about 5 million things, and even when I write them down, I forget them all. We have from starting on the 12th on Thursday, running through the 15th Sunday. So a Thursday, 4-day event. It is Italian Fest down at Newport, down at the Riverboat Row situation they have down there along the river. It is Italian Fest, so 4 days of that happening. We have Celtic Fest Saturday up in, Waynesville? I think it's up in Waynesville. That one's just outside of the DMA just a little bit, but we'll still talk about it because a lot of people will go to that. Celtic Fest happening on Saturday. Sunday, not only is Sunday Father's Day, the whole weekend, Father's Day weekend, but Sunday we also have something else cool going on I'll tell you about in just a second. In case you haven't heard, and you'll probably hear me talking about it way too much. My pocket squares disappeared. We'll pull that back up to look snazzy for you. Temperatures, like I said, they're on the rise by the end of the week, but increased rain chances and cloud cover through the weekend next week will knock us back to more seasonable levels. Here's the cool thing. Down at TQL Stadium, if you have not heard, TQL Stadium, one of the host sites for the FIFA Club World Cup. Now, you've all heard about the World Cup, right? We have all the countries from around the world, best soccer teams, football teams, as they would say anywhere other than here, around the world that compete in the World Cup, once every 4 years. However, there is another version of this called the Club World Cup. So these are the best teams in their respective divisions and leagues, I guess you could say, like Major League Baseball or NFL or whatnot. So there's different leagues around the world. In this case, Sunday, we have two of the best teams in the world playing here, one of which you might have heard of. The other one, probably, if you're not a soccer fan, you probably haven't heard of Auckland City. But Bayern Munich is our sister city here in Cincinnati. So Munich, Germany, best team in the Bundesliga, as the Germans would say. They're playing here Sunday at noon. Yes, there's a chance we could see some storms out there. No, it will not be a washout. Will I be there? Absolutely. Whether I be it as a fan or in working capacity, I'll definitely be checking this out because it's you're not going to get another opportunity to probably see Bayern come in here and play. So check that out. Auckland City, they're out of New Zealand. There are going to be, 4 different games happening this month for the Club World Cup. So we're hosting 4 different games, matches for soccer out there. Then we have the U.S. women's national team later this month. Rose Lavellen's squad here coming in and playing Ireland, and that's later on in June. So a lot of cool things happening. No FC Cincinnati this month. They're out of the state all month long. They don't get back until July. We kind of made the joke. Their last game was really nice. It was nice and crisp, a nice clear night. And it's not going to be like that for the rest of the home games because they're not back until July, and by then it's going to be stoopy. So if you don't have plans this weekend, you're looking for something to do, and maybe Dad's a soccer fan, maybe take him down here and check out the FIFA Club World Cup. This is the opening rounds. They're kind of the group stage, right? Just like the World Cup, you have the group stage. This is a group stage for that. We're hosting these teams, and this is the first matchup we'll have out there on Sunday. If it weren't for the rain chance, it's really not bad. I mean, this is a noon game, so you have plenty, you can get down there early, enjoy the rest of the game, and rest of the day after that downtown, if you want to be out and about. Here's a lead up to Sunday because there will be that storm chance out there. 77, plenty of sunshine. Again, that sunny streak has begun. It has begunst here downtown. It will continue through the rest of this week. Most of us are still dry through the day Friday. All right, that's where things start to change. Another storm system rolls in. We'll see a slim chance on Friday, better rain chances Saturday, Sunday. Again, no washout. It will not be a washout, very similar to this past weekend. Yes, we had some Reds delays. It was a little messy out there at times, but we got through it. And really, a lot of this weekend, while there will be storms, a lot of it will be dry too. Just don't plan on a completely dry weekend because that would be misleading. Temperatures briefly warming their way up to a sultry 84 degrees. Hopefully that answers your question, Jen. About the severe storm chances. Yeah, we have a chance, but it's going to be slim. Maybe a marginal risk. We'll see what happens with the Storm Prediction Center when it comes to this weekend. But for now, I'm not overly hyped about I'm not worried about our storm chances this weekend. Yeah, it's a possibility. Temperatures a little cooler this weekend after warming up to a sultry 84 there on Friday. It'll feel more like 90 degrees on Friday. There's not going to be a lot of wind out there, so just be prepared for that if you have any Friday plans. Woo, it's going to be warm. Try to get the yard work in early. More storms linger into next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're going to be stuck in that soggy pattern. It's going to look like June for a while, so do take advantage of the nice weather we're seeing outside today for the rest of this work week because it's going to be messy again as we work away into next week. Made this up. This is why I was a little late. As you can see, it didn't look good. Made this graphic up. Hey, Kane, I did. I used to. Back in the day. I work for Fox 19 now. I know. I was out of the business there for a couple of years. I am back to give everybody the worst news possible. Just couldn't stay away. You can follow me on any of these platforms. I'm semi-regularly on each of them. I would say Facebook is probably the most useful one when it comes to weather things. I post, most of the time I post weather things. I would say not even most anymore. Most of the time it's really just lousy posts that get a lot of traction. So I'm posting a whole lot of nonsense on Facebook. But sometimes I'm funny. So there's that. There's Meteorologist Brad Maushart on Facebook. Just search Brad Maushart. I'll pop up, I'm sure. On the Twitter, which I will call it forevermore, it is BR3A's D Weather. So Brad Weather on the Twitter. And on Instagram, it's Call Me Brad. That one, usually just more pictures of me that I take of personal photos of birds and other random landscapes and storms and clouds. So that one's not really a weather theme, I guess. A little variety out there, depending on what ones you want to follow. Let me see what the questions are. All right. Steve, I told you this question was going to pop up. So Kane must have tuned in just a few minutes after I got done. No, Steve is not retired yet. Nope, I'm just filling in this week. So if you're just tuning in, you're a little late to the call. I know I was a few minutes late as well. If you're just tuning in, no, Steve retires later this year in August. I am just here filling in this week. Steve has vacation time, some holiday time he's got to use up. Use it or lose it kind of scenario. So he's using it and enjoying a fantastic what's left of Monday out there, and he's going to be off all week. He's also off, I believe, Monday and Tuesday of next week. So he's got a little stretch here that he's going to be out enjoying, and I will be filling in. Let's see, what else is happening? I told you about all kinds of weird things that are happening. We got the full moon on Wednesday. It's a strawberry moon. We have Italian Fest that starts Thursday and runs through the weekend. We have a Friday the 13th this month. Super exciting. Because if 2025 wasn't crazy enough, we have more. Friday the 13th. I should probably look that up and see if that's the only one we have this year. Maybe we can get through that and just be done with it. What do we have? We have Celtic Fest on Saturday up in Waynesville? Waynesville. Oh, let's look it up. I don't want to get it wrong. Ohio Celtic Fest 2025 is in Waynesville. I was close. Waynesville, Ohio. It's up the road just a little bit, up off of State Route 73. So if you're going to Celtic Fest, just take the umbrella with you. It's not going to be a washout, but we'll see some rain up that way. Also then Father's Day. Let me go back to that 7-day here so you can see it. Father's Day, Sunday. Scattered storms out there still. And it's also the start of the Club World Cup opening rounds here. That will start with Bayern Munich and Auckland City Football Club out of New Zealand. So Germany versus New Zealand out there. Very excited about that. That is one of my favorite teams in the world. And they're here playing in Cincinnati. So you might not ever get that opportunity again. So check that out. I haven't looked at the ticket prices recently, but I'm sure they're typically with everything, Reds, Bengals, FC Cincinnati, all of them. They, once you get a little closer to the event, the ticket prices tend to drop. What I will say is that this is not run by FC Cincinnati and company, so it's run by FIFA. So I don't know about ticket prices or what kind of the floor is going to be on those prices, but should be coming down as we work way through the week. Don't let the rain scare you away. 1, they have a roof. 2, I'll be there, so it's going to be perfectly sunny the whole time. That'll be happening Sunday there for Father's Day, and then Monday rain lingers. In terms of rainfall totals this week, maybe an inch at a few spots. Should be less than that in most areas. Kind of similar to what we saw outside with this past several rounds of rain. Just numerous rain chances working on in. All right, I'm hungry. I'm also thirsty, and I've been filling in for a lot of shows with Steve here, so I'm going to call it quits here for the night. And I appreciate you. I don't see any more new comments rolling in there. Let me check my other page here, the actual page, see if I've gotten up to 19,000. Ooh, got a lot of talking. Nobody on this one. That's perfect. All right, we're having a great night. Hopefully you have a great Monday. What's left of it, you still have about an hour and a half of daylight left out there. If you need to get anything done, it's going to be perfect outside. If anybody does have questions, again, find me on the social media pages. Send me a message if you need to. Be more than happy to answer those questions for you. Give it a follow, give it a like. Stalk me. I don't know. Enjoy it. Enjoy the nice sunny stretch, too, here as we work way through this week. Because, as we know, in June, it doesn't always stay this way. We're having more rain chances by the end of this week. See you, everybody.